That's why you're the bodyguard. You'll be scary looking.
Who's scary?
Rookie's character is gonna be intimidating looking. I can see it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, here I figured I'd be the person like tanking up close, but nah. We'll just take cover behind her tactically. We'll defend the rear, especially Ollie. He's gonna bolt it.
I'm not even gonna be there.
Ollie's saying that, but he keeps saying on the ship. But when I describe the actual scenario, the ship is like if you've played Mass Effect, it's not like he gets a frigate he gets to fly around. He's in a drop shuttle that doesn't even have weapons.
Yeah.
No weapons whatsoever. Has mediocre shielding. He's like, yeah, I'm just a big giant flying brick. That's what I am. You guys go do the work, and I'm just gonna sit up here and
it'll work. You're gonna be attacked by Krogans and overpowered, and I'll just land on them.
And they'll pick
You'd
you
probably
up
damage the landing gear quite a bit, but they would die first.
No, they will not die. They'll regen underneath that thing and eat it.
Krogans can eat metal?
I mean, at this point, I could just shoot him in the quad, even if I miss, so...
Yeah, they can take a couple of shots to the quad. Unlike puny humans.
Okay, so in case you're just joining on, we had just finished doing the rolling for stats, choosing our classes, class features, stuff like that. All that stuff was just taken care of. Now we're going to start equipping the characters, and we're really starting to define who they are and what their personalities are like and so on, beyond just the basic attributes. So that's what we're going to be doing now. The game is Mass Effect. This first one is going to be about an 8-week campaign. After that, we're going to switch over to a different Mass Effect 1. This one takes place in 2164. That's 7 years after the first Contact War happened. So humanity is new to the galaxy. This is all humans. In a typical Mass Effect game, there's 3 people that are part of shore parties. So that's why I wanted the 3-party format, is because, hey, it's like a Mass Effect game. This is not the normal overlay. We'll have a different overlay starting next week. This is just one we put together for having this. It looks beautiful. It really does, because it's BioWare's artwork. So next...
Only one stream and we're already infringing on copyrights.
Yeah, no, shut down. And then last thing I was going to say is the next game is going to be very different from this one, taking place shortly after this in-world game ends. The next one will pick up, and there'll be, let's just say, a lot of chains will be removed. We'll get to that later. So, as we were saying before, what kind of chains?
These chains of love.
No?
The breaker of chains.
So we are going to pull this back up to go over like armor and stuff like that in a moment. Let me get this together for you right now. Where did I just have that? There you are. I was like, I know I had you. Okay, cool. So let's throw that back up. Sorry, bye Rick, bye Ollie. Oh, you're covered up again. Yeah, they have to stare at me and Rookie. So sorry, you have to look at us. I know. Everybody comes to the show to see Ollie in his sexy whatever thing.
You don't get my aesthetic.
You're right, we don't. But that's okay. So armor is going to be what we're going over next. Body armor works in a couple of ways. So I've explained this, I believe, to Rookie, and all I know is read a ton. But you guys are, let me explain to you really quickly. So the way armor works is it breaks down into 2 different types. There's going to be armor and combat suits or body suits. So armor is like what you would imagine like in a D&D campaign where it's like, oh, you've got like this plate stuff here and sometimes a helmet or whatever. It's what you wear in on class E planets, the planets that are breathable and friendly. It's Class M, thank you.
Yeah, Class M.
Class M planets. Sorry, I couldn't remember off the top of my head. Class M planets, so planets that are breathable and friendly, ones that you can just walk around on happily. That's where you're going to wear armor. The combat suits are going to be what you wear when you're in zero gravity or in much more hostile environments and so on, because it actually has like a built-in filtration, breathing apparatus, all that stuff. It is made to protect you as a person. So that's going to be the combat suits. Now, I broke those down into categories very similar to Mass Effect, adding one in beyond that. So the types are armor and combat suit, and then the categories are basic, light, medium, and heavy. So now, only one class starts proficient with medium armor. None start with proficiency with heavy. A couple of them start with proficiency light, and a couple of them start with proficiency basic armor. So what is the difference between those? The heavier it is, the better it is for soldiers. The lighter it is, the better it is for techie biotics. That's just the way it breaks down nice and simply. So what armors do each of you start with? Actually, I can't remember off the top of my head.
I think we all start with light. Or more.
No, you don't.
I start with light.
You have light? You don't have basic?
I have basic and light.
Really?
Mhm.
Really? I didn't make you start with just basic. Well, that makes sense, because in Mass Effect you can wear light armor as an engineer.
Yeah, it decides whether I want to be protected or be whatever the tech bonus is.
Yeah, you just can't beef up. Whereas Rookie starts with basic and light, but she, by bringing her skill, so this is where it brings that skill called armor. That does a bunch of different things in the game. But if you bring your skill of armor to level 2, which you can do at 3rd level or later, you can actually upgrade your armor to the next set. So if Rick were to bring his skill level of armor to 2, he could actually move to from medium armor to heavy armor, which is awesome.
Okay, that's cool.
Back over to body, and then you're stuck with light. You can't go beyond that. All right, so back over to the armors. Let's look at.
I can't even go beyond even if I level up armor.
I mean, it's one of those things where you can always put it on if you'd like, but you never become proficient with it.
That's sad.
So this penalty's built in. Yeah, it's just because you're an engineer. You're not supposed to.
No, it makes sense. I wasn't planning on doing it. I didn't see that written anywhere.
Yeah. Yep.
I'll just take your heavy armor. It's fine. I'll tape it to mine.
Aw, look at that. He's so sweet. So
Yeah.
we're gonna look.
Only because I told him.
We're going to look at the light armor first, because light armor is going to be what 2 of you are wearing. So going over into the light armor area, what does it has? And again, I'm still working on the style part of this page, so sorry that I'm displaying something that looks like...
Oh, there it is.
So for the light armor area, right off the bat... It's
Liara, you look weird. Liara looks weird in that
it's
armor.
really bad ME1 effects and everything. Oh god, it's so bad. But again, this is like still being worked on. It's
I know. It's not your fault. It's just that embarrassing armor in Mass Effect 1. Whoever designed the armor, some of it's good.
Well, it's also just old. It's old graphics. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not the graphics that make that look weird.
So the fair enough. Okay, so the AC, if you're wearing light armor, is going to be 14 plus your dexterity modifier. So I believe for Rookie, that means you have a 15 armor class.
Right.
Okay, so you're going to apply that over to your character sheet.
Yep.
Where is Rookie? Thank you. Where are you? There you are. So a 15 armor class. The other thing you're going to get is if you actually look down... Some weird noise coming from outside. So there's... the next thing you're going to look at, looking down the list of things, is damage resistance.
Yep.
All of the quality stuff you're going to have walking into the game is going to be low. Damage resistance 4 is going to be what you have for light armor. That means, well, we're going to get to what that means later on. Apply that to your character sheet. You have it written immediately under your AC, armor, DR.
Yep, done.
After that, you can have your damage threshold. You can also see that on your character sheet over by where your health is, armor DT. It's max and current. Current is going to be at the maximum, which is a 40. Damage threshold is for the breaking of your armor. If it takes so many hits of damage, eventually your armor breaks, and then while it's broken, if it takes so many hits of damage, eventually it becomes destroyed. Destroyed armor is very dangerous. That means like you can start like you lose oxygen and stuff like that in zero atmospheric areas. Blah blah blah. Hard points is 2. You don't have to write that down. Pretty much everybody's going to start with 2. Remember, 1 at your hip, 1 at your back. So we'll get to that shortly. Light points is 1. Light points is like your ability to carry things like grenades and metagel and so on and so forth. Again, just things that you can carry on you. Shields. You get to walk in with shields. Lost shields of 15. Shields, again, over by where your AC is. Shields is like a secondary health bar for your character. Stars Without Number is a super deadly game, and the weapons that you guys are using are gravitational weapons. They're Mass Effect weapons, right? So they're super deadly. Shields are going to be what keeps you alive. It's a health bar that can recharge itself in short periods of time versus, oh, fuck, I just lost a leg.
Let's not do that.
So, Ollie, you were following along and adding all those things to your character as well,
Yeah,
yes?
which was the armor DT the bigger number or the smaller number?
The damage threshold is 40. What that
Okay, that's what
smaller,
I'm thinking.
what that smaller number is
Is
if
the
you're-
DR.
Nope.
Nope.
So your DR is 4, and then if you look at DT, it says 12
Ah.
and 40. you're going to write 40 on there for your maximum. What that 12 is if your armor takes 12 points of damage in a single attack.
Oh, okay. It
gains
breaks.
that condition anyways. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But if it takes a bunch of smaller damage, the total of 40. These rules are technically in beta with me, right? Because I have to fiddle with them. So these numbers might go up and down as we see fit after this game is over. Or if something's just fucking horrible, it's just really bad. We're gonna change it.
Scrap it and change it next time.
Scrap it for like the next session, like on the fly. You know what I mean? Okay, so now we're gonna cover up Rookie, because nobody needs to see her, and
Bye.
we're going to go over to heavy armor for you, sir. Sorry, medium armor for you, sir. Medium armor follows the same kind of idea of how everything works, but your AC is going to be 16 plus your dexterity modifier.
All right.
You see where that is in your character sheet?
Yep,
Perfect. You have a dex of +1, don't you?
I do.
17 AC. Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah.
Lad.
Your
Nice.
damage resistance is 6, which means like if you damage resistance is after your shields are gone, it reduces your damage that you take to your body by that amount. So if you take 8 points of damage after your shields disappear, you actually only take 2. That absorbs 6 of it, and those 6 are ticked towards your damage threshold. Hard points 2, which we discussed. Light points 2, which we discussed. Again, light points are hold things like metagel and grenades and stuff like that. And then you have shields of 20. Shields of 20 is amazing, but tech and biotic abilities with medium armor start taking penalties. You actually would have a -1 to whatever skill rolls you'd be rolling with that because of the what it is you have something called duratanium, layers of duratanium woven into your armor, and that negatively impacts your ability to use those things. Okay, moving
He
on.
doesn't even know how to use a computer. He's fine.
Oh, on the road to 700, followers are at 694. Oh, so close to 700. That's exciting. It'd be great if we could finish that today. Okay, so that makes you way more badass. You were concerned about health points, but every time you take a hit, you take less damage than Rookie does, and you have more shields than Rookie does by a considerable amount.
That does make life a bit easier, yeah.
Yeah.
Ollie was going to be wearing basic armor. Sadly, he's not.
No, you let me have light armor. So
He's going to be wearing the shuttle as a blade of armor, so it's
I'm going to be
fine.
wearing the shuttle. Exactly.
Oh,
Got more
beautiful.
health points.
All right, let's go over to weapons next. So, going over to the weapons area.
Pistola.
Modern infantry weapons, from pistols to assault rifles,
Yeah.
use
The Codex.
micro-scaled.
So going over to weapons and looking down there. First of all of you guys get an Omni Blade. So if you want to just look up, yep, everybody gets a. Oh, actually no, that's not entirely true. My
Those two
Aw.
get Omni Blades.
apologies. My apologies. Ollie,
I
you
don't.
do not have an Omni Blade because you have a different type of Omni tool.
I have an Omni tool.
Rookie, we're going to talk about you in a second. You definitely get an Omni Blade, Rick. Omni Blades are badass. They do 1d6 plus you choose your attribute modifier, strength or dex. You get 1d6 plus that as your modifier. So if you actually go to the character sheet where it says weapons, are you following along with that?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to open up your sheet. If you press weapons, you add one. You already have it there. Omni Blade's there. Weapon attack bonus, there's none there. Omni Blade is a skill. You have it. You chose Dex. Damage for it, thank you. You're following along very well. Damage for you is going to be 1d6. It gets no extra bonus damage or anything added onto it. It's 1d6, then your Dex will be applied if it matters on its own. And then don't worry about the cost. It does take an encumbrance of 1, technically, for your character, but all Omni tools have an encumbrance of 1 on your character. So
Where do we
that
put
is
that?
the Omni tool you have. It has the blade format. So it's usually an Omni tool that's more or less just like it's like having
It's a smartphone.
it's like a smartphone souped up in every way.
Yeah. It's like a Mass Effect era smartphone. It's like a bunch of holograms that pop out of your wrist.
So Unspeakable is talking about having things autoplay when you load up. The problem with that is Obsidian Portal doesn't allow you to. They used to be much more friendly with porting in information from outside sources. They're not friendly with that anymore since the new owners took over. They did an upgrade, which upgraded many things, but downgraded things like video or audio hosting. So it needs to autoplay. It's kind of hard to do otherwise unless you have it in a video format and then it's an MP4 and blah 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 blah. So
What about my Omni tool, Scott?
get to that. So, Rick, your damage is 1d6. That's what you're gonna write on there under damage. Range is melee or engaged, whatever you want to say. Ammo. There is no ammo for it. Because it's the first weapon written on a character sheet. I want you to go right ahead, sir, and press that little green D20 for me. Click it. Let's see how it goes.
And then just no auto modifier or anything?
Correct.
Okay.
And you rolled an 11, which which sadly is a miss. But you know what's funny is with the Omni tool, the Omni Blade, if you miss and their AC is a 15 or lower, you automatically do shock damage. Shock damage means you automatically do 1 point of damage anyways, which is pretty cool. So you actually automatically do 1 point of damage, and that's applied to their bad guy, more or less. Just it's so deadly you hit anyways. But let's pretend that you hit. Click that little red die for me.
There we
5
go.
points of damage. Beautiful.
That would have killed me.
Yeah.
He killed me. Killed just commanding officer, the dream of every soldier.
Because Omni tools actually ignore shields and they ignore armor.
I mean, they're basically made of shields.
Now, if somebody's wearing heavy armor, the rules are a little bit different. Heavy armor also applies a 2 damage resistance to melee attacks as well. But medium and light and basic armor do not. So you would actually just go up and just stab somebody, and you just killed yourself and/or Ollie. So, yeah, that's how dangerous Omni tools are. But running at somebody and going is super dangerous in a combat. So,
I mean, I've got the 17 AC and 20 shields. I might just switch to an Omni Blade.
March. Be great.
what do you say?
Yeah, just get the heaviest armor. Just
Walk.
I'm gonna go crusade. I'm gonna retake the Holy Lands from.
There's bolts.
Nice. Oh god. So tech. There's 2 types of Omni tools. Again, I need to upgrade this. I need to fix all the damn format.
Basically, my Omni tool is like I'm a technician coming to fix your cable.
Yep, exactly. I'm going to read it out loud. It's displayed on the screen. This handheld device is normally illegal outside the possession of licensed data line repair technicians. The tap can detect lines within 5 meters through up to 10 centimeters of ordinary wall, and can generate an energy manipulation field that allows tapping that data line for hacking purposes without physically damaging the wall. That is a normal Omni tool for people of that service. You guys have one that's actually a little bit different. A little bit different there. So they actually allow you to my brain's not working. They actually allow you to if you're not going through walls, emit that field through a much greater distance. So you guys can actually do things like hack into an AI or disrupt somebody's shields or weapons or whatever it is, a good distance from where you are. The lower quality ones that you guys have right now, it's, give me a second, 50 meters, which is 150 feet. Yeah, it's 50 meters is the Omni tool that you have, Ollie. So if it's not going through a solid surface,
50 meters.
It's 50 meters away that you can do it. This brings you over to Rookie. Rookie, technically speaking, you can have an Omni tool that does both. However, you do not currently have an Omni tool that does both. Yes, that's right. Your character is already fucking badass. I'm covering your face right now. So people, you don't even, you're the shame child. So you're already super badass. We don't need you being anymore. So you get to choose Combat Omni tool or Hacker Omni tool. Your regular Omni tool can already tap into things, much like a smartphone. They can hook up to things or whatever. But the Hacker Omni tool allows you to go through walls and have extreme distance. So Rick's Omni tool has 10 meters, no walls. Ollie's Omni tool is 50 meters, yes walls. Rick's can stab things. Ollie's can gently caress things.
I want to make a hologram with it and run away. That's my plan. Late game.
I'm gonna go hacking.
All right, there you go.
Yes, join the dark side.
And so you're gonna have the engineer's Omni tool. That's what we're gonna call
I put it down in the gear section,
Okay.
not in other equipment because that is broken, but the main bit.
Okay.
Oh, good, more broken stuff.
Let's go.
Other equipment is there's like what 8 boxes? They're all the same box.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
What? Hold on.
I've done that
Yeah.
before. when I made a
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh, come on. I'll have to fix more code. That's why we're doing a character gen stream, though, right?
You should have a post-it note with all these notes on by now.
Oh.
You're gonna need a couple of post-it notes then.
I'll try and remind you afterwards.
Oh, really? Okay, good, because I'm... Oh, it's Stacy time.
I'll have
Okay,
my own.
So, Ollie, thank you for that one. All right, back over to what we were doing, which is looking at weapons. So now everybody has a pistol, so we're going to go over to pistols first. You get to choose between a light pistol or a heavy pistol. So the way that this works is in this game, you don't have... So the way that Mass Effect weapons work is inside the weapon, there's a slug of metal. Just imagine like a big, like, honking, like, slug of metal that sits inside, like, the hilt or wherever it is. And then based off of the distance, the atmospheric pressure and things like that of where it is that you're shooting your target, the computer goes, oh, that's where you want to shoot? Sure, you need this size of metal to have its mass affected this way, and blah, blah, blah. And it fires it over the course of, like, ridiculously long distances, right? With a lot of force to it. But the problem is this is like a very powerful computer that does this. It's very powerful mechanics that do it, and it causes the weapon to overheat. Using Mass Effect 1 mechanics of overheating. The fact that they talk about in Mass Effect 1, things like keeping track of ammunition during the course of combat is negligible. But then literally the next video game, yeah, you got to keep track of rounds and pick up clips, which made no sense. So,
Which may not happen in this universe.
it's not going to happen in this universe. So, you have overheating weapons. So when it says ammunition or magazine, that's how many shots before your weapon overheats. And when a weapon overheats, it takes, I think it's 2 rounds, or what? It's 1 or 2 rounds. It's 1 round that your weapon cannot be fired whatsoever before it starts to charge back up again. And it charges back up, I think it is... I have it written down somewhere for how many charges up a round. So the difference is, light pistol, 1d10 damage, meaning 1 to 10 plus dex. Heavy pistol, 2d6 plus 2. That's 4 to 14 damage. But 12 shots or 5 shots before it overheats. Those are your limiting factors. Light pistol or heavy pistol.
Going heavy.
Because you don't intend to...
Space Deagle. Space Deagle.
You don't need more shots if you already killed the enemy.
Exactly. If I'm gonna get... I'm not terrible at the pistol, so if people get up close, I want to just bap them. Not even hit them in the head, just like hit them in the shoulder and they just blow up. It would be great. Space Eagle.
They did have lore reasons to make up for the fact that EA bought the game, but it was really...
It's not... It's like that now it overheats too fast, so they have... The clips of ammo are cooling or something.
Technically speaking, I have thermal clips in this game too, where they're just very expensive. So that thing that I was talking about, the thing that's inside there, is very expensive, and your characters aren't going to have more than, say, like 1 of them per mission because of how expensive they are to get your hands on. The human technology is not very good at it. So technically speaking, there are thermal clips in this game too, which is why Rick's character has the ability to reload his weapon like this, because technically he will have 1 thermal clip that he'll have on his character, and if he needs to, he can reload quickly, so he can ignore the overheating feature more or less like once per trip on land before he's able to kind of like go in there and go to the requisitions officer to try to get another one or something like that. So I do have both mechanics in there because of things like that, but it's just not as
What
in your face.
unit is the range in?
What unit is what?
The range in?
What do you mean range?
100, 300 watts.
Oh, meters.
Cool.
Yeah, that's meters. Everything's done in... Remember, we're doing a UK-friendly stream, or a European-friendly stream, I should say. So I did everything, and my brain has to do math. So when you tell me your character's height and weight, you're going to tell me in kilograms and centimeters, and I'm going to go, oh, shit. What is...
All distances and weights make no sense to me.
What?
I do everything in feet just because that's how D&D does it, and I've kind of slowly learned how that looks. But I do not understand. Like, I'm an artist. People tell me their character is 5 feet tall. I don't know how tall that is. I can't brain that.
Kilograms is easy for me, but centimeters, I'm like, wait, what? Why are you like 600 and something? Oh, you're actually a little person, but you're like 600 and something kilometer. I don't know.
You're just so many kilometers big.
But anyway,
Pistols.
So does anybody know the conversion between, say, 5'5" and the appropriate centimeters?
I think like 160, 1 meter 60, 165, something
It'd
like
be
that.
that sort of area, I think.
Okay.
I think, yeah, it's like
'Cause-
5 feet is like 150, and then like each inch is like 2.5.
Yeah. All right.
So-
Because like, my little brother that plays on my Friday show, Kunsai or Eric, he's 2 meters tall. He's 6'6". So he's a tall motherfucker.
And that's why Reich is a tall one.
Yeah, that's why Reich is a
The
tall.
tallest one in a really tall party.
Yeah.
I don't draw it, but Kieran is really small compared to everyone else.
Yeah.
She's really tiny, and everyone
Well,
else.
because Odette was tall, and now Kieran
Exactly.
is small. So, but all right, moving on. So, everybody, light or heavy pistol, apply it to your character sheet, please.
What's weapon AB?
Yeah, I was about to say, what's that?
Well, attack bonus. So if you were to use a laser weapon, they get an automatic
Okay.
+1 to attack bonus. Also, if you were to get things like a better targeting computer on your weapon,
You
they
just
would
get
give
bonus.
you bonus attacks as well. Yep. Okay, so
That's
going
cool.
back.
I like that idea. That makes sense in the
What was
law.
the what was the heavy pistol again?
What was
2d6 plus 2.
What was the heavy pistol again?
Heavy pistol was 2d6 plus 2, sir.
2d6
5.
and then +2. Okay.
What's that for? The
Damage.
Damage
A
for
heavy
heavy.
pistol.
Did
The
everybody
light
go,
pistol is 1d10.
Did everybody go heavy? I'm gonna get rid of this so we can start
no,
showing
I
Rookie
went
again.
light.
Oh, you went light? Okay, cool. She's like, I'll still kill him in one shot. All right.
I like the idea of light and peppering them with bullets, but this is probably the only gun I'll ever have. So
All right, Rookie, I want you to hold on to your seat for a second here. Ready for this? Sniper rifle.
holding.
Your range is 1
Ooh.
kilometer. Sorry, 1 kilometer to 3 kilometers.
Okay.
Okay. Your magazine is
Can we-
1.1, which technically means it just doesn't automatically overheat with a shot. It's not like boof. It's like you shoot it, but you still have to wait before you can take a second shot. But it doesn't like start going on the fritz and whatnot. So 1 shot is more or less what you have with it. And then your damage is 4d8.
Yes. I am not complaining at that.
Okay.
Can we just like rename that to
4d8.
a sniper cannon at this point? Just
4d8, but it's not like it can be used in short combat. It's not like it can be used very like sure if she's walking around with it and all of a sudden you guys get ambushed by like 4 people and she gets her first shot with it, boom. It's like watching me play
Yeah,
Mass Effect
that
when I
is.
open up every combat with a sniper rifle and the person's
Yeah.
just dead, and then you bust out the whip pistol and start missing left and right.
although I don't imagine like Rookie going to miss like 97 out of 100 shots though, so
Oh,
it's gonna be better.
but you know what? She's gonna lose all her money in Quasar, so it's okay. Oh,
Nah,
Yeah,
I
I
got
probably
that covered.
will.
It's fine.
So
Can you guys hear me all right, by the way?
yeah, you sound
Yeah?
great. You sound great.
Okay. Microphone.
So there is one thing that I want to say about your sniper rifle that's different from their weapons that I'm about to get into. When we talk about those hard points, hard points technically can hold up to a certain amount of encumbrance. A sniper rifle is bigger than the other weapons by a considerable amount, and so because of that, actually I have it miswritten here as encumbrance 2. I should actually say encumbrance 3 specifically for sniper rifle, because I just wrote 2 again. What the hell? Because your hard point on your back will take up 2 of the encumbrance of carrying the sniper rifle, but because it's so big, it actually costs 1 more. So like, whereas say Ollie probably only has a pistol, his armor absorbs that for his carried stuff, which we're going to get to, and Rick has a pistol and a assault rifle that are going to be absorbed, you are still encumbered in a way by your sniper rifle because how fucking big it is.
Yep.
Moving on. Next is going to be shotguns. Because assault rifle next. My apologies. Assault rifle range 100, 300. Magazine is 30, which is amazing because that thing can just blast all day. Unless you have the assault rifle ability where it shoots 10 shots all at once.
At some point, probably.
And its damage is 2d8 plus 2.
Should I be putting anything in this weapon ability? AB.
Let me see what you're talking about.
weapon AB, no, that's for a later.
Yep. That's later on.
It's
Yep.
fine. Just checking.
You're badass enough. Leave it alone. All right, and then
Okay,
Or not.
I believe you are requisitioning for a shotgun. Is that correct, sir?
Me?
Yep.
Um,
Because you're
that's
still a
possible.
shotgun, right? Yeah. So the way that's going to go is I'm going to allow you to put in your character sheet for now, just so you have it there. But whether or not you're actually able to get one is going to be based off of a talk check that you make starting the game, because you all get a pistol plus one other weapon. Ollie, that includes you. You get a pistol plus one other weapon.
I need
to
another
have
weapon.
another one, you're going to have to convince the requisitions officer that it's necessary for one reason or other. So maybe if you fail your talk check with the requisitions officer, you can try your talk check on your commanding officer and walk up to Ollie and be like, "Yo, can you just you don't do anything anyways? Just carry around a shotgun and give it to me. As soon as we get off the ship, just hand it to me." But so your shotgun does 3d8 damage, which is 75% of what a sniper rifle does.
Ooh.
Yeah, its range.
What's
is
the range on that?
1030.
Okay.
So much shorter range.
And
Listen,
then what's the
I
ammo
want
on it?
Quasar left and right. Okay. What?
What's the ammo for the shotgun?
Sure, that's what that was. What? The what ammo is magazine 2.
Okay.
2 shots and it overheats. Okay. Cool. We went over weapons. We went over armor. We applied all that to the character sheets. Is all these broken? So language and biotic talents are oh man, I fluffed that up. I'm gonna have to fix that damn code.
How tired were you while working on it?
Huh?
How tired were you while working on it?
Ollie, I'm always tired. Okay.
That's my secret.
So let's get back into the creation of the character. So, what rank and what NVC you are? Your MVC was decided when we had done your backgrounds, right? So whatever your character's background was, that actually says where your MVC is right there. Just kind of trying to get there. So Ollie, your MVC for aviation is an F.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I'm fairly sure it's E4 F3. But it might be E4 F4. I don't know how ranked I am in aviation.
I'll get to that in 1 second. So you're going to be an F, and because your skill level is a whole 1, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So the way it works in Mass Effect is when you have your MVC, your letter, it comes with a number next to it that tells you how good you are. The highest number is 7. So N7, haha, highest of the Special Forces program. So the way I'm equating that to the mechanics of the game is when your skill level of the skill that's associated with this, so obviously aviation is pilot, when you have skill level 4, which is the maximum skill you can possibly have, that is being a 7. So if you have skill level 4 in pilot, you are an F7. So 3 is F6, 2 is F5, 1 is F4. That makes you an F4.
E4
1 can also be an F3 in some circumstances because you just haven't received all of your accommodations yet.
Honors
and then a 0 is an F1 to 3, and a -1 is probably not in the field or really shit as say an F1. Okay, so you're gonna be an F4. Yay. And your rank, which we're going to get to in a second. So you're an F4, my apologies. You chose special combat, yes. So you're an X. And then the skill that's associated with that one is actually electronics. And your electronics skill is what, rookie?
0.
0, but you can kind of default it to your decryption. So we're actually going to put you in there as a X3.
Kidok.
So you're not as good as you otherwise would have been if you were good at electronics. So you're going to be X3 because your sniper rifle and sneak is good. Going back over to Derp, you had chosen... makes me happy.
Derp.
Derp. Yours is going to be... Did you choose infantry?
Yep, I went to infantry, so I'm a B.
A beast. That's what you are, is a beast. So you're also... You're going to be... we're going to make you a B... Be yourself. Sorry.
I want to be myself. That's why I'm on this show.
Wow, your armor is a 1. Your assault rifles is a 1. Your exert is a 0, which is a secondary skill for it. And then you also have pistols of 0 and shotgun of 0. Sir,
I know what I'm doing. I've been trained.
You are a well looked upon B4.
Nice.
Oh man.
Hell yeah.
You are a well looked upon B4. So it's one of those things where Ollie's seeing that you're assigned to his group, he'd probably be like, "Oh, I know that guy. He's good." Whereas Rookie, he might not know of her. She might like not being known. We're gonna get to personalities soon. As for ranks, Where did I put that in here? I put that somewhere on this website.
I went up finding it in Skype. Do you want me to send it to you?
No. I have it hidden. I just didn't fix things
Yeah.
later on yet. Alliance rank. Here we go. I found it. I just didn't make everything visible to you guys yet because, again, it's a work in progress. So I'm actually going to make this visible for the viewers at home, how the ranks work.
I found it earlier because I wanted to do my MVC while I was bored.
Oh, no, that's cool. Okay, so the way that rank works is, so the way the military breaks down is, it breaks down two different ways. Are you a Marine or are you Navy? Both of them follow the same structure. It's literally just a matter of before he dies. Oh, that's funny. So it's, are you Navy or are you Marine? It doesn't matter. If somebody's a higher rank than you, whether if they're in the same or different branch, does not matter. This isn't like the military that you're going to see in current modern day. You are all Alliance. And so your rank E or O of this or that means the same. It's just a matter of like brotherhoodness and where it is that your branch's focus is. But you all have to listen, okay? So moving on. As enlisted people, Ollie, we were saying that you're going to be an E4, and I believe you were Navy, correct?
I don't know. I'm a service officer. I don't know which one that's in, but I can be Navy. That makes sense
That's
to me.
actually both sides. So we're gonna get to the structure and explaining it in a minute. So you're gonna be, I believe you had said that you wanted to be Navy because you're a pilot, as opposed. You can be
Oh, yeah,
a
it makes
pilot
sense
or
to me
Marine
to be a
too.
Navy more than.
Marines can be pilot too. You know what I mean? Like it's
I'm called to be Navy. That'd be pretty cool, especially if these guys aren't.
in the American military. I'm almost positive almost all of our airplanes are owned by the Marines, not the Air Force, because you know. Our Marines are heavy.
Yeah, but would the Marines really take such a wimpy pilot? I mean, let's be honest here.
The thing is though, in this universe, I'm not wimpy. I've been going through years of gene therapy. I've just not as much steroids as you.
Dude, your con is a 9. He's a good point. You wouldn't survive as a Marine, man.
It's not a -1. I'm
Your
fine.
con is a 9. You wouldn't survive as a Marine.
Doesn't
man.
mean anything until I get a
That
-1.
maggot doesn't have it in him. Let's be honest.
So anyways, there you guys are so you're going to be an E4, which is a petty officer 3rd class. Now when you which is an NCO. So what was I saying? No, in American military, the letter number works in American military across the board too, and this is very much based off of U.S. military because it was written by a U.S. company. So so anyways,
04 F4.
when you are an NCO or a non-commissioned officer, based off of what letter you are, if you're put in charge of a mission, you are given an extra title. So when you're put in charge of mission, so you're always an E4, a petty officer of the 3rd class. But when you're put in charge of a mission, you're referred to as service chief. That's the title that you have. So they would refer to you as chief. They would say service chief. And if you filled out a report or whatever, that's what it's going to say. Okay, so you guys are going to be, I am going to have both you guys be E3s. Are you both Marines? I believe you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's just one place for me, and that's the Marines.
Okay.
I'm different. Woo!
You guys are going to be, oh man, you're going to have fun with that because you're going to have a Navy, a naval person giving you orders, and you do this stuff a little bit of brotherhood. So you can't be like, oh, well, you know, he can't fire a gun. Navy. So anyways, you are Lance Corporals is the name of your title as E3s, and you can put those on your character sheets. Or just, you know, whatever. So, rank as shooty person. Thanks, Derp. So yeah, E3 is what it is. All right. Anything else up here? System strain we're not really worried about for now. That literally doesn't matter now. System strain will have permanent damage if you do actually get things like...
Sorry for the interruption,
Please.
but you said I was a B4 and then E3 B4, or?
My apologies.
Yeah.
So MVC.
Yeah, it's...
So it's actually going to go like this. So it's B4, and then rank is going to be an E3. And what that is one of those is your job, and one of those is your rank. So
okay, yeah.
you could be a B1 and still be like an 08 and give orders to people everywhere. It just means you suck at your job as like a infantry person, but you're still a great commander that has earned, you know, this, that, and the other thing, right? So it's different. They don't line up the same. So if you think in the terms of
yeah.
Commander Shepard I believe is an O5 and an N7. If I remember, that's how it works. Okay, moving on. You don't worry about system strain. System strain is going to be when you're doing things like Metagel. It's actually based off of your Constitution score, so the higher the score, the better. You will take permanent system strain damage when you do things like Ollie was talking about gene therapy. If your character decides to go in and get permanent gene therapy done to their character, whether or not it's successful, you will take system strain. If you choose to have cybernetic implants put into your body, which is super important because you could do things like upgrade certain abilities that you have for doing so, it does do permanent system strain. System strain is just your body's ability to handle like shock, like changes to it. All right. Weapons are on there, armor's on there, skills on there, Foki is on there, class specializations. Thank God none of you chose them because I have to fix the code. Other equipment. Credits. Let's see. Credits for your characters. Ollie.
We're all broke.
Ollie, what you have, so all of you guys are going to walk in because of rank or whatever. You can all walk in with a number of credits equal to 100 times your rank. So if you are E3 or E4, walk in with 100 times that, and that's how many credits you have. Ollie, for credits owed, your party, for when we're starting at the first session, is going to be handed 500 credits that belong to the Alliance military.
Okay, so
You have
so I have
500
450.
What was that?
Oh no, I'd have 900, but 500 are owed.
Correct. You have 400 of your own credits that you've received from payments from the military.
Oh, okay. I thought that. Yep. I thought it was funny that there was an ode. So that's like the military.
Yep.
Okay, that makes sense.
Exactly. That's the credits that they more or less, when you are sent away as a shore party, they say more or less like, here's our credit card, buy what you need to. But anytime you purchase anything like that, where it's not done with your actual money,
Gonna have to do a lot of paperwork.
Yep, exactly. There's jokes about active military, 30 credits. Yeah, you would normally be Poe. However, I imagine your characters have some, unless they choose to be frugal, have some amount of stuff. That's supposed to be your money that you have built in. So
Saved up.
you can spend that now on things if you want to. And we're going to get to what things you can spend it on shortly. Some things you're going to be able to get for free. Again, you go to the acquisitions officer, you make yourself a good case, and you can get things to yourself for free. Like, every time I go in there... What?
More guns.
Shotguns.
Oh, yeah. Well, every time you go in there, you want to get yourself another one of those thermal clips. That's going to be a talk check. Every time you go in there, you want to get yourself another grenade. That's going to be a talk check.
Trade check, actually.
Trade check. Yeah, because it's acquisitions officer. Trade check. Yep, you are correct. So things like that you're going to have to take care of for you to get it from the acquisitions officer. But things that just belong to you, they're yours, and the military has no real oversight to. That's all theirs. Whatever. Okay, so we can spend money shortly. Nobody's biotic, so we don't have to worry about that. Current goals, we don't really have to worry about that so much, so feel free to mention a goal. All right, I want to hear about your characters now. Why don't we... yeah. Let me get rid of the screen so we can see Rookie again, because, we've been rudely ignoring her. Hi! How you doing?
Hi.
Welcome back.
High five? No? Yes? Oh, look at that. All right, so
You have too much fun with that.
it's so cool. Come on, Ollie, bring it.
No.
No? Leave me hanging?
No.
Oh.
No. Yeah.
Oh. It's gonna be creepy when I do things like with the overlay and I'm like, high five, Rick, and I reach down and it actually, like, you see her hand appear on the screen. Okay. I think Rick just got creeped out.